Welcome to my channel. Today we'll discuss on the poem Meeting at Night, written by Robert Browning. He was born in 1812 and died in 1889. Robert Browning is basically famous for his dramatic monologue. But here, this poem, Meeting at Night, is not a dramatic monologue, rather it's a love lyric. It is a love lyric. What type of opposite? It's a love lyric. When this poem was first published in 1845, it was rather a long poem. It was published in Dramatic Romances and Lyrics. Dramatic Romances and Lyrics. It was a lengthy poem. Later, Browning divided the poem into two parts. The first part is Meeting at Night, and the second part is Parting at Morning. In this poem, the poet describes a passionate lover's journey to meet his lady love, who lives on the other side of the sea in a farmhouse. As the meeting was not a permissible one, it was a secret meeting, so the narrator undertakes his journey at night to meet his lady love. Actually, Browning was a Victorian poet. In the age of Victorian age, he belongs to the Victorian age. So in that particular time, notice the time 1812 to 1889. In that particular time, the meeting between lover and his lady love, not permissible one, and there are some autobiographical elements which match with Browning's life, but Browning did not accept those. Now, this poem describes the journey of a lover to meet his lady, the journey of a lover to meet his lady love. The journey takes place. At first, the lover takes a journey on the sea, then he reaches on the opposite beach of the opposite side, then he walks 3 fields. At last, he reaches his destination, that means farmhouse, where his lady love lives. Now, we go through the poem. This poem is rich with images. So, while going through the poem, we should concentrate on the images used by Browning, and these images help to comprehend or to draw the picture, the passionate passionate journey, the adventurous journey, passionate and daring, enchanting journey very vividly. So now, the grey sea and the long black land. The first line describes the sea. The sea is called here grey sea. That means grey is the color symbolically used here. Grey means that is there is not much hope to be successful to cross the sea, and the long black land and the poet say the journey was taken at night, so the land described as black. That means there is actually no hope. Initially, when the narrator starts his journey, he has a little hope or totally hopeless to be successful. He does not know if he will be successful to meet his lady love, because there are lots of obstacles in front of him. And at first he has to cross a sea, and he has to meet his lady love. So the grey sea and the long black land. So sea is described here as grey, and the land is described as black and also a long. And the yellow half moon, large and low. It is very important line. In that particular time, the narrator sees the moon. The narrator sees the moon, and the moon is described with 4 adjectives. One is yellow, then the half, then the large and low. if we think that in that particular time it may be the middle of the full moon and new moon night. So the moon, the color of the moon is yellow here and it is called a half, and the moon is just rising and it seems that the moon is rising from the sea, that is moon is rising from the sea. So large, as it is the time of the rising time, so it seems large and low. At that time it looks that the moon is just rising from the water of the sea. So the moon looks yellow, half, large and low. Here half indicates the chances of his meeting. Next, and the startled little waves that leap. Now the poet starts his journey with his boat, and in that particular time at night the sea is placid, that means the waves of the sea are sleeping, and when the poet's boat touches, the advancing boat touches the sleeping waves, the waves become startled. Suppose you are sleeping, someone calls you, someone calls you at that time, so you startled. So the startled little waves, the little waves that leap, and the little waves, when the boat touches the waves, the little waves that become startled or astonished. Startled means astonished, and they jump. Leap means jump in fiery ringlets. What is called fiery ringlets? When the boat moves, this is called a ring, and this is called ring, and inside the ring, the boat is, when the boat is moving on, there are lots of the waves create ring, and on that ring the yellow moon, the yellow moon ray falls, the moon ray falls and reflects. So these ringlets, these rings of water looks like fiery. That means the boat, the poet's, the narrator's boat is surrounded with fires. That means it indicates how dangerous or adventurous his journey is. So the fiery ringlets from their sleep. I have already told you that the sea is placid, the sea is sleeping, so the waves are also sleeping. In that particular time, the advancing boat of the poet touches the sleeping waves, and the waves are astonished, and they jump and they form the ringlets. The waves form ringlets, and the moonlight reflects on them, and it seems that the poet is in danger inside the circle of fire. As I gain the cove, after some time, the poet reaches the opposite side. Cove. Look at the word cove. Cove means small bay or inlet. Small bay or inlet. That means in this area, these areas are totally secured. So the poet successfully crosses the sea, and the narrator is just near the beach of the opposite side. As I gain the cove with pushing prow. With pushing prow means the front part. What is called prow? Suppose this is the boat, the front part, the pointed part, the front part or pointed part of the boat is called front part or pointed part of the boat is called prow. With pushing prow, the narrator pushes, the poet persona pushes the boat and coinces its feet. And the boat coinces. Coinces means slows down. Coinces means slows down. Coinces means slows down its speed. Coinces means slows down its speed. This is in the slushy sand. What is called slushy? Slushy means wet and muddy. Wet and muddy sand. That means now the poet successfully reaches the opposite coast. That means the narrator or the poet persona is successful to cross his sea voyage. That means at the first obstacle is successfully overcome by the narrator. Next stanza, it is the journey of the sea. Now the narrator reaches the opposite side. Then a mile a mile, only 1 mile of warm sea-scented beach. Here again the poet uses imageries, warm sea-scented beach. Here sea-scented beach, if you go to the coastal area, you can smell something special that indicates that is you are near about the sea. So this scent is called fragrance, sea fragrance beach, and it is called warm. The beach is called warm. It is night. It is night. Still the beach is called warm because here warm indicates the poet's warmness or excitement. The poet's excitement, excitement of the poet's heart as he is successfully crossed the sea and now he is near to reach his goal, that means to meet his lady love. So the poet heart is warm, and his warm indicates the beach is also described as warm. 3 fields to cross. After 1 mile of the sea, then the poet has to cross how many fields? 3 fields to cross till a farm appears. This is the destination of the narrator. This is the poet's persona. This is the destination of the narrator because in this farmhouse his lady love dwells. Appears a tap. Now the narrator reaches the farmhouse and he tap at the pane. It is called tap. Soft knock, knocking side, a smite. Knock, tap means knock at the pane. Panes means the wooden portion of a window or door. You know, at the pane, a quick sharp scratch. Then after that, when the narrator tap on the pane, the lady love from the opposite side replies with a quick sharp crash. With a quick sharp crash. Then a blue spurt of lighted lamp. Then we can see a blue spurt. A blue spurt. Spurt means flame or blaze or glow of a lighted lamp. Lamp is lighted to show the path of the lover and his lady love to meet secretly. Here the blue indicates the intensity of their meeting. The blue indicates the strong intensity or desire of their meeting. Blue spurt of a lighted lamp, a voice less loud. Now we can hear a voice, and the voice is murmuring. The voice is very much low. It's whispering. The voice is whispering through its joys and fears. Here you can see two types of opposite feelings. It mingles and mixes up in one's mind, joys and fears. Why the mind is joyful or heart is joyful? The heart is joyful because after overcoming lot of obstacles, they successfully meet, and so the heart is very much joyful. And the opposite side, as it is, the meeting is not a permissible one, it's a secret meeting. The heart has also fear. So the expression joys and fears, a voice we can hear a voice. Here a voice speaks in a very low tone in the excitement as well as in fear. Then the two hearts beating is to each. Then the two heart beatings. Here two hearts means the heart of the lady loved and the lover. Beating is to each. It seems that one heart beats for another and the other heart beats for another. Here these two lines suggest that the lady love speaks in a very low voice, but his voice sound, their heartbeat, the sound of their heartbeat is louder than the voice. So here is the explanation of the poem. It indicates the journey, enchanting, adventurous, passionate, daring journey of a a lover to meet his lady love. The narrator overcomes. Here the narrator, the lover overcomes all obstacles successfully and meets his lady love. Meets his lady love. After overcoming long obstacles and secretly, as it was not a permissible one, it's a secret meeting. So here the poet uses lot of colors: grey, yellow, black, blue and fairy. I have already explained the images of this color, and there are also some images. You can see grey sea, yellow half moon large and low, startled little waves, fairy ringlets, pushing crow, slashy sand, warm sea scented beach, blue spot of lighted lamp, a quick sharp scratch, joys and fears, two hearts beating each to each. Every image enhances the passion and excitement of the journey and enlivens the journey before us. Thank you for the day.